Hello and welcome to White Sports Talk. My name is Zach. We are officially 8 weeks through this UFL season. In week 8 with my predictions, I went 3-1, giving me an overall record of 23-9 throughout the season. There's officially only 2 weeks left of this UFL regular season, and we officially have all of the playoff spots decided, and I'll talk more about that as I get going into my predictions. So with that, I'm going to get into my picks for Week 9. Week 9 kicks off Saturday, May 25th with the St. Louis Battlehawks, who are 6-2, taking on the Arlington Renegades, who are 1-7. St. Louis in Week 8 beat the DC Defenders, clinching the first playoff spot for the XFL Conference. In Week 8, quarterback A.J. McCarron for the Battlehawks was out with an ankle injury. He had suffered in Week 7 against the Birmingham Stallions. So in replacement of him, backup quarterback Manny Wykins started, and he played very well. He was very mobile and showed very good arm talent. And the team played very balanced and very well around him. Their offense had 3 rushing touchdowns. Their defense also played very well, getting some key turnovers, key stops to help them win this game. Arlington in Week 8 lost to the San Antonio Brahmas. And as usual, quarterback Luis Perez played very well, having 2 passing touchdowns. However, which has been the case for most of the season for them, their running offense wasn't all that great, and then their defense just couldn't really stop San Antonio's offense, which ultimately led to their loss. My pick for this week is going to be the St. Louis Battlehawks. Even if A.J. McCarron can't go with his ankle injury this week, I think that the offense with Manny Wykins at quarterback is still good enough, still talented enough, still able to put up enough points, and their defense is good enough to stop Arlington's offense. I do believe that St. Louis will get the win in this game. Second game on the 25th is the Birmingham Stallions, who are 8-0, versus the San Antonio Brahmas, who are 6-2. Birmingham in Week 8 beat the Houston Roughnecks, and their quarterback Adrian Martinez just continues to look better and better as the season goes on. He had 5 touchdowns in Week 8, so their offense still very high-powered, still very balanced, because Adrian Martinez still has that running ability. Their defense continues to look very good. They still have the best defense in the league. So very balanced number 1 offense and number 1 defense. Very good team. San Antonio in Week 8 beat the Arlington Renegades, clinching that final playoff spot for the XFL Conference, and will take on the St. Louis Battlehawks in the XFL Championship in the first week of the playoffs. San Antonio's quarterback Quentin Dormady had his best game of the season since he's been starting, and that was coming off of Week 7 where he struggled and wound up being pulled out of the game in the 4th quarter. But against Arlington's defense, he looked very good. Had a couple passing touchdowns, didn't make many mistakes, didn't really turn the ball over. He had his best game of the season, and their run game wasn't really there, but Quentin Dormady was able to kind of pick up the rest of that offense, which was surprising to me, coming off of how poorly he performed in Week 7. And San Antonio, as they have all season, has a very good defense. Both teams have top 3 defenses in the league right now. It's, a battle of 2 very good defenses. My pick for this game is going to be the Birmingham Stallions, and my biggest reasoning for that is how balanced their offense is, how good Adrian Martinez has played. And even if you can, take away his ability as a thrower, he still has the ability as a runner. Or if you take his scrambling ability away, he still can beat you with his arm. And I think their defense is just going to be too good against San Antonio's offense. And as I've said all season, until Birmingham shows that they're not the best team in the league, I'm going to keep picking them because they are currently looking like the best team in the league. Moving on to the Sunday games, on May 26th, you have the DC Defenders, who are 3-5, taking on the Memphis Showboats, who are 1-7. DC in Week 8 lost to the St. Louis Battlehawks. They didn't really have that great a game. Jordan Ta'amu, as usual, played pretty well. But the rest of the team, their defense kind of let them down. They had some turnovers in some key moments that wound up costing them that game. And Memphis in Week 8 lost to the Michigan Panthers. Memphis looked possibly the best they've looked really since Week 1. And a big part of that was due to two of their quarterbacks. Case Cookus and Josh Love both played very well. However, the story of their offense was they just couldn't get the run game going. Much like the rest of the season, have no real run game, and that was a big part in their loss. My pick for this game is going to be the DC Defenders. I trust their team a little bit more than I trust the Showboats. The Showboats still haven't shown to be a well-rounded team. The Defenders have shown to be more well-rounded and slightly better than the Showboats, so I am going to go with the Defenders in this game. The final game of this week is the Michigan Panthers, who are 6-2, versus the Houston Roughnecks, who are 1-7. Michigan in Week 8 beat the Memphis Showboats. Michigan had a very balanced offense, with again playing two different quarterbacks in Brian Lewerke and Bryce Perkins, both playing very well. This is the second straight week both of them have got playing time. Both of them played very well. And running back Matthew Colburn carried their team for the most part, putting up, I'll say it was over 90 yards, 92 yards or something, and 2 rushing touchdowns. And then their defense still playing very well, mainly against the run, but against the Memphis Showboats, not real hard to play against the run. They can't get the run game going. Houston in Week 8 lost to the Birmingham Stallions. It's the best Houston has looked really all season. They were finally able to get a run game going. They scored 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 of them were by running back Mark Thompson, who I really feel like if they had fed him the ball more earlier, kind of got him going earlier in the season when he was coming off of his injury from last year, maybe their season would look a little different right now. But it is what it is. And they also played 2 quarterbacks this week, with quarterback Reed Sinnott and Nolan Henderson. Both were very underwhelming. So their running game looked really good this week. Their passing game, not so much. The 2 quarterbacks combined for only 196 passing yards between the 2 of them. And see, their defense, so they were playing the Birmingham Stallions, had no answers for Adrian Martinez. My pick for this week, for this game, is going to be the Michigan Panthers. I just think that their offense is going to play well. They have a better run game, better quarterback play, no matter who they put back there. And I think their defense is going to play well enough to win. Michigan's defense, although they have not been talked about as one of the top in the league, they're more towards the middle, more average defense, but slightly above average. So I am going to go with the Michigan Panthers in this game. Let me know what you guys think will happen this week. What you guys have winning. Now that we know the teams in the playoffs, maybe who you think is going to win the XFL or win the UFL championship. Until next time, see ya.